Hi, I'm Richard from AbeBooks. There are many good reasons why parents should read to their children and encourage a love of books and words from an early age. Children with literacy problems are more likely to drop out of school, commit crime, or suffer a life in poverty. Children who struggle to grasp reading in the early years of school are less likely to catch up with the kids who are fluent readers from an early age. I have 2 young daughters, and we read every night at bedtime. But I don't do it to prevent them from being car thieves or to stop them from being bottom of their class. We do it because it's a pleasure. We love sharing stories, and it's fun for all of us. Here are a few tips for how to read to your children. But Peter, who was very naughty, ran straight away to Mr. McGregor's garden and squeezed under the gate. Begin reading to children from at least 6 months old. Use those board books so the children can get used to handling them. Some people read to babies while they're still in the womb. Would you eat them in a box? Would you eat them with a fox? Do it regularly. Reading must become routine. In our household, it's have a bath, brush your teeth, read a good book. Unfortunately, a dragon smashed her castle, burned all her clothes with his fiery breath, and carried off Prince Ronald. Turn off the TV, turn off the radio, turn off the iPad, turn off the computer games. If I'm reading, then they're listening, and there'll be no distractions. So Brer Fox picked up Brer Rabbit and the Tar Baby and flung them both head over heels, ears over feet into the briar patch, just like Brer Rabbit wanted. Put some effort into your reading. You don't have to do funny voices, but a monotonous drone can put a young reader to sleep. Obviously you don't know who we are, sneered the fifth, and they presented themselves one by one as the Duke of Definition, the Minister of Meaning, the Earl of Essence, the Count of Connotation, the Under-Secretary of Understanding. Stop and explain words being heard for the first time. Encourage your child to ask about the things they don't understand. He knew where he was being taken. This must be where Dumbledore lived. With chapter books, have a discussion at the end of each chapter. You can start it off by saying something like, well, it looks like Harry and Ron are in real trouble this time. Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Let your child choose the books. This is important in helping them to develop their own tastes and a sense of independence. They may choose the same picture book over and over and over again. That's fine. They'll move on, eventually. Their names were Aunt Sponge and Aunt Spiker, and I'm sorry to say they were both really horrible people. Don't underestimate your child's ability to process stories that seem threatening and violent. There's nothing worse than bland bedtime reading. Ariette put her face into her hands. Gates, she gasped. Gates, gates, gates. Once my children had started to read for themselves, we changed our routine a bit. They would read something to me before I read to them. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. For a bit of variety, introduce guest readers. If Granny or Grandad come to stay, they can do it for an evening. Or perhaps an older brother or sister can also help.